Hey guys, this is Darren Benson with Performance Motorcoaches. We are in the south side of Chicago. We're dropping off a coach with our good buddy Mike, get some grill guards for some other coaches, and one of those grill guards will be on the Hershey coach that's coming up. This is a 2024 Showhauler. Try to do as least amount of talking out here as possible because we don't have the Bluetooth microphone connected. Can't get it connected. So 2024 Showhauler. This is a 4-slide coach. Cascadia 126, custom paint job. This unit's going to a customer down in Cut Off, Louisiana. So I'll walk around it real quick and then we'll get inside. 600 horse Detroit DD16, DT12 transmission. Nothing wild and crazy on this side. Just did a few Battle-Born lithiums, got 4 100 amp hour batteries. Big 12.5 gen, 3 ACs. Does have spray foam insulation in the walls and the ceiling, and then 3-inch foam board below. We've got a combined waste tank right there. We've got a full waste tank set right here. Decent little storage there on this side as well. And then we did a full water hose reel and cord reel in that compartment right there. And the waste is right back here. We'll get this thing cleaned up back in Texas, but unfortunately, I won't be there. I'll be at the Hershey RV show assistant show hauler. So let's jump in. Customer picked out this paint job, basically picked all the colors, the schemes as well. It does have the aero cap. We drove it about 100 miles this morning. Nice and quiet with the aero cap. Of course, the full
There's
steel,
Mike.
full steel construction. You have a lot less movement in your unit itself. Got all the window shades drawn. I wanted to show you how much room you have. Keep on walking away. I'll show you how much room you have inside. Basically didn't do a TV or televator there. Lots of custom options. These are fold-out couches on this side, and this is a jackknife couch right here. So the idea is if somebody wanted to lay down while you're driving, you can still kind of get through there. And then this is a full fold-out couch there. TV overhead. Did a lot of Sonos in this, so it's an option to be able to do some Sonos. We can do that at the shop as well. If we're doing any kind of show haul, it's very easy for us to run wires wherever you might need to run them. But a nice open coach, a lot of room. We're going to try to flip-flop around here. You can access the mid-half bath with relative ease. You could lay back here if you needed to. So definitely a fair amount of room. We'll get everything opened back up. Okay, we got everything opened up. Lots of room here. Lots of room for activities with the opposing slides. Like I mentioned before, you have a little bit less depth on anything plumbing related, and then more depth whenever you have a slide that doesn't have the plumbing itself. So if people kind of want to know how all this works, essentially we've got a waste tank right below the floor. Show haulers always run their waste tanks below the floor, side to side. So if you were to pull everything out here, we're not going to do all that. You can actually see the access to the waste tank. They'll run some of the hydronic lines underneath the floor, and they do, just because of the construction, everything is above the floor. They do take and run some PEX lines for your water, basically over the entry door. Essentially, the only concern there is if you actually put a screw through that PEX, it's not going to break, but you can easily access this by pulling all the trim off if you did have an issue. That's just the sheer construction of the show hauler not allowing things to go in the floor itself. But basically, you can see everything that moves here once you get everything moved up. If you need to take and add things to it, it's relatively easy. If I need to take and say do a hot and cold shower, boom, I can go right through the floor and run those hot and cold lines. So there's a lot of adjustability, a lot of convertibility to a show hauler that you can't do with a lot of the manufacturers. So all villa seating, like I said earlier, basically fold out couch, flip over couch, TV up front, custom granite it's a granite quartz. Don't remember. But anyway, this basically everything is picked out by the customer. Great layout, good color combination, polished tile floors as well. This is kind of the last true custom coaches out there. You can basically kind of change and pick everything. Large picture window here, You can do frameless, you can do frames, so a lot of different options there. Of course, fixed refrigerator here. See how much room you have within the bathroom. Decent room here. If you'll notice, Showhauler has upgraded, done a lot of the undermount sinks instead of the little stainless jobs in the past. The issue with the stainless guys in the past is they were about as big as my hands, and so whenever I went to go wash my hands, I felt like I had to kind of do one at a time. So I like the much larger sinks themselves. Of course, we had to offset this faucet here because of that, but stuff like that didn't bother me. I'd much rather have a lot bigger, deeper sink. And I'm just kind of tired of the stainless, especially if you have toothpaste that kind of cruds up the bottom of those. There again, because of the construction, the customer, normally this tank up front will accommodate the half bath. The customer didn't want to do that. So I'll show you this once we get back there, kind of how it's set up. But basically there's some customization to be able to figure out which waste tank you want to be able to drop into. Washer dryer here. Nothing wild and crazy. We just did one single strip. I take that back. We did two strips in here and then just one on-off switch down there. So I don't know if you can check this out right here, but we raised the slide up a little bit to be able to accommodate the plumbing underneath the slide, because he was adamant that he didn't want to drain any of his basically toilet into the front tank, because it's a combo tank, so he just keeps it a gray tank, one black tank on this. And those are things you simply can't do with any other manufacturer. There again, did the egress here instead of at the head of the bed. A lot of people like to be able to sit in bed, watch TV, lay up, and not have a window to contend with. If you've been in really cold environments and you have a window at the head of the bed, it gets extremely cold, way, way cold. We don't mind being cold for us, but just there again, for kind of a, something to consider if you decided where your window placement was. There's been talks about trying to get the egress simply in the back bath. Though some other manufacturers do that, and they don't have any egress windows here. There again, just options. Technically, we could probably do a little bigger TV there, because the slide was shortened a little bit. Didn't want to cover up this window, but if the customer wanted to add a 43, we should have enough room to add a 43-inch TV right there with this slide shortened a little bit. Custom shower here. I'll do the shower test. Use the same polished tile and then some of the accent tile that uses backsplash within the shower itself. Two shower caddies here to be able to put lots of soaps, conditioners. There again, if the guy wanted, if we wanted here and here and here, we could put lots of shampoos and conditioners. Like I said, no skylight. We can opt to skylight if you want. But to me, that's when I get all my condensation and moisture out of the coach. For simplicity, because the way it's built, we were able just to take and do a regular manual flushing toilet with just one tank. If you're trying to conserve, basically use this bathroom instead of using the master toilet up front. As far as cabinets here, lots of customization. If you wanted cabinet doors, you didn't want cabinet doors. If you wanted this cabinet door on the other side, lots of different options there to be had. The bed itself is 72 inches wide, so this is a little bit larger bedroom. You could do this with 66. We did a few things a little bit different for this customer than most of the floor plans, but it's really hard to say there's a set floor plan per se, because we could do so many different things. But I apologize about the audio. I really appreciate you guys coming out and watching the videos. Sorry this is a short one. We will get the Bluetooth microphone connected, I promise you. Between now and the time we do the Hershey show rig, we'll do a very detailed video on that and go through everything. There's lots of cool stuff we were able to get done on that. Yet again, something that hadn't been done in the past. So make sure you guys keep on coming back. Make sure you guys like, tag, and subscribe.